Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we're continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're doing the California Golden Bears. Now, with Cal, they just lost their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, and their running back, Jaden Ott. They are both going to new schools next year. And I want to do Cal. I love the Cal colors. I think they're going to be a fun team next year. Maybe they've got the new quarterback, Devin Brown from the Ohio State, who transferred to Julian Sayin, one of the two. I think it's Devin Brown, though, so they should be fun. We're going to try to win an Natty here with them in CFB 25, though. Again, we'll be doing this next year in CFB 26, and we probably already got news. There's probably already videos on the channel by the time you're watching this. So whatever school I don't rebuild here in 25, we'll rebuild them in 26. I want to do Cal. Love the colors, and Cal won a Natty in one of our 5 rebuilds, so I figured let's do them. But right now, Cal, they are an 83 overall, 82 offense, 85 defense. They run the veer and shoot in a 3-4 multiple defense. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the California Golden Bears roster. We have Fernando Mendoza, of course. He's now at Indiana, but we will have him at least for this 5 rebuild. We have a freshman here in EJ. That's good. Jaden Ott, he was a beast. He's probably one of my favorite running backs in college. I found out the other day he went to Oklahoma transfer. I think some of these other running backs did transfer in real life as well. We do have Sky Priestley. That could be a fun running back there. We also have Javion Thomas. Nice running back group for Cal. No fullbacks, receivers. Tobias Merriweather, 93 speed. That's great. We also have Nazim Hunter, 93 speed, and Marvin Anderson, 93. Those are going to be good guys. We do have 2 freshmen. Interested to see how they develop. Tight end, we have Mr. Jack. This guy, Ben Marshall, freshman, 55. So we're going to have to redshirt him. We got a freshman tackle in Aiden, but we have Nick Morrow there. Rush Reamer as our starting left guard. We have Matthew there. We have Sopai, probably butchered his name, TJ Sesson. You've got a freshman in Tyler there, our left end. Nate Burwell. We got 2 freshmen there. Nice to build. 1 right end in Derek. Aiden is our D tackle. Xavier is our left out. He's a senior, though. We have Teddy Buchanan. I think I heard of this guy. I don't know. I thought we got him in the game in the transfer portal. I guess I might have got that one wrong, but he's our starting middle linebacker. 3 freshmen here would be nice and interesting to see how they build. David Reese, our right out. We have Noel Williams. I believe, did he get drafted? I think he got drafted by the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if he got drafted or not, but he's there as a beast. Marcus Harris, our cornerback room, looking a little weak after this year. Free safety, Craig Woodson. Is that Charles Woodson's son? I don't know. Miles Williams is our strong safety, and we're going to need a kicker and a punter. So that is our roster, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get to work. Let's go recruiting. Bronson Morrison committed. Konya Tupa committed. Isaiah Watford commits. Alex Renu commits. Randy Dubis committed. Raheem Bynum committed. Tyler DeMarcado commits. Brett Hearns committed. Tavarius Chosen commits. Alexander Poe commits. Tyron Bragg commits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Heisman Trophy winner is Dylan Gabriel, quarterback of Oregon. He had 3,840 yards, 44 tutties, and 1 pick. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, taking on Iowa State. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gave it our best shot. We do fall by 8, 35-27, Iowa State. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 1 stats. Fernando Mendoza had 3,499 yards, 287 for 494, 35 tutties, 14 picks, 58% completion percentage. 58% completion percentage. Now, some people in the live chat think when we get to the encouraged transfer phase, that we should tell Mendoza to transfer, because he transferred in real life. Same thing goes for Jaden Ott. But in the year 1, Jaden Ott 162 for 852, 7 tutties. Mendoza 78 for 192, 4 tutties. Thomas 26 for 889, 1 tutty. Anderson 4 for 11. Callaway 1 for 3. Receiving Hunter 72 for 993, 13 tutties. Tobias 51 for 683 tutties. Anderson 43 for 546, 10 tutties. Jack 40 for 473, 2 tutties. Brady 19 for 293, 3 tutties. Grisdell 28 for 293 tutties. Ott 33 for 218 with a tutty. Thomas 1 for 6. How about the defense here? Cade with 75 tackles. Teddy with 70. Noah Williams 63, 56 for Harris. Reese with 51, 46 for Woodson. Miles with 44, 43 for Aiden. Xavier 42, 41 for Hearns III. Tackles for loss, Aiden with 6'5" for Xavier and TJ. 3 for Cade and Nate. 2 for Buchanan, Williams, and Miles Williams, and Nola Williams. Nate with 2. 1 for Harris and Ricky Sachs. 10 by David Reese. Xavier with 7.5. 1.5 for Aiden. Nate with 1.5, 1 for TJ, Ricky with 0.5. Interceptions, Hearns the third with 6, 3 for Harris, 1 for Buchanan, and Craig Woodson. Obviously, good start here in year 1, potentially on to year 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas State, Oregon national title, and Oregon, what a shootout. 56-35 the final. Jalen Moss committed. Max Rodar commits. Ben Fleming committed. Braden Bailey committed. Ladies and gentlemen, a good start to our 5-year rebuild. We finished with the 10th best class in the nation. I didn't think we recruited that well, but we finished with the top 10. And we're the best in the ACC. Let's go. Jeff Cutler committed. James Uiseo commits. Tyree Johnston committed. Quentin Cutting committed. Josh Cornelius committed. Steve Aikman committed. Leonti Chang commits. Rico Alfonso committed. Dante Lee Vrone commits. Kasim Babinix commits. Lawrence Weeks commits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Cade Klubnik, quarterback from Clemson. He had 4,237 yards, 42 tutties, and 4 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have made the playoff here in year 2, and we're going to be taking on Oklahoma State. Ladies and gentlemen, we have won our first playoff game here at Cal. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Rose Bowl, taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ladies and gentlemen, we came up just a little bit short here. We lose 35-30 to Ohio State. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the year 2 stats, we had Fernando Mendoza still on the team. Chat said, let's keep him. 4,119 yards, 313 for 532 for 32 tutties, 6 picks, 62% completion percentage rushing. Jay Ott, 197 for 1,081, 11 tutties. Mendoza, 71 for 294, 3 tutties. Thomas, 49 for 188, 7 tutties. Brady, 5 for 32. Brian Cardwell, 2 for 5 with a tutty. Brett Hurds, 1 for 3. How about the receiving game? Brady, 85 for 1,362, 14 tutties. Tobias, 88 for 1,002, 7 tutties. Maven Anderson, 38 for 556, 2 tutties. Hunter, 23 for 475, 7 tutties. Ott, 47 for 343 with a tutty. JT, 24 for 317 with a tutty. Moss, 3 for 34. Thomas, 5 for 30. How about the defense? 97 tackles for Hunter, 75 for Nate, 54 for Scott Smith with 53, 52 for Colin and Ryan. Ryan Yates with 49. Same with Isaiah Crosby. Tackles for loss now 6 for Ryan. Ben Fleming with 5, 4 for Calhoun and Williams and Aiden and Nate. 3 for Hunter, 1 for Nate. Marcus got the second. J.R. Smith, Colin Gamble, and Luke Sachs. We had 6 by Ben and Miles. 5.5 for Calhoun and Aiden. 4 for Stanley, my bad. 3 for Ryan, 1.5 for Luke. 1 for Nate and Hunter and Nate. Half a sack for Marcus Scott the second. Interceptions, 2 for Colin Gamble. Hunter Barfoot, 1. Same with Nate, Ryan, Isaiah, and Wag Owner. Probably butchered that name, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, we made the playoff here in year 2. We are on to year 3. Hopefully we'll make it again. Kansas State once again made the national title, and this time they come on victorious. They beat Oklahoma Sooner 28-17. Eddie Freeoff commits. Peyton Stork committed. Ali Swede commits. Jaden Williams committed. Carter Shaw commits. Malachi Riley commits. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the 16th best class in the nation. That's the 3rd best in the ACC. We got a good group of guys coming, so let's hope for a good year 3. Floyd Fusco committed. JP Baum committed. Henry Booger committed. Gregory Keys committed. Dorian Curry committed. Kane Kendricks commits. Eric Gilliam committed. Cordell Joe commits. John Fung committed. Andreas Morano committed. Cornell Bussey committed. Walter Finley committed. Courtney Holmes commits. Brett Paris commits. David Kerr commits. Charlie Brown committed. Kevin Ginn committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Heisman Trophy winner is Christopher Vizia, quarterback of Clemson. He had 3,938 yards, 44 tutties, and 4 picks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Boca Raton Bowl, taking on the Charlotte 49ers. And ladies and gentlemen, we take down Charlotte to win the Boca Raton Bowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. Fernando Mendoza, 4,005 yards, 289 for 462, 41 tutties, 5 picks, 62% completion percentage. Rushing, Thomas, 172 for 884, 12 tutties. Mendoza, 7.5 for 296, 2 tutties. Hearns, 16 for 148, 3 tutties. Hunter, 7 for 22, 1 tutty. Cardwell, 5 for 15, 2 tutties. Receiving, Matthews, 80 for 1,300, 13 tutties. Hunter, 76 for 1,148, 15 tutties. Moss, 42 for 578, 8 tutties. George, 37 for 429, 1 tutty. Jordan King, 24 for 353, 4 tutties. Thomas, 26 for 174. Brett Hurts, 4 for 23. How about the defense here? 106 tackles for Luke. Easy with 76 to 3 for DeBose. Wagnoner, I probably butchered this guy's name, 61. 59 Colin, 48 for Bragg. Candy with 46. 44 for Byam. And Cheek with 40. Tackles lost, BJ Kende with 8. Thomas, the fourth, with 8. Easy with 5. Ryan with 5. 4 for Bynum. Jaden Williams with 3. 2 for Bragg. This guy with 2. Aaron Hampton with 2. 1 for Luke, Cheek, and Isaiah Burnett. 11 tackles sacks for Raheem. 5 for Ryan. BJ Candy with 3. 2.5 for Isaiah. Thomas the fourth with 2. 1.5 for Luke. Tyron Bragg with 1. Swede with 1. Bailey with 1. Easy with 0.5. Same with Aaron Hampton. How about picks? 4 for Isaiah. 2 for Colin. 1 for Ryan and Bragg and Scott the second and Cheek. So year number 3, disappointing the year, but we're on to year 4. In an ACC All-National title, SMU Clemson. Clemson comes on top 34-16. Zachary Carr committed. Salise Vadaraulu III commits. James Duran commits. Rinder Swanson committed. Austin Liebefriend committed. Haynes Johnson committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 15th best class in the nation. That's second in the ACC. We should be ready to go here in year 4. Walter Lamar committed. Byron Keys commits. Dalmole Sala, whatever this name is, committed. Keon Liggins commits. David Griffin committed. Damian Jewell commits. And Alan Gold committed. Ladies and gentlemen, 2027 Heisman Trophy winner is Eli Holston, quarterback of LSU. He had 3,350 yards. 43 tutties and 3 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, another disappointing year. We're going to the Military Bowl to get on Rice. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won the Military Bowl here in year 4. All right, here are the year number 4 stats. Chavarius Chosen had 3,667 yards, 281 for 453, 30 touchdowns, 6 picks, 62% completion percentage. Rushing, Brett, 162 for 986 tutties. Chosen, 66 for 263 tutties. Tyler, 47 for 181, 2 tutties. Fong, 9 for 92, 2 tutties. Cardwell, 5 for 38, 2 tutties. Receiving, Matthews, 76 for 1,131, 10 tutties. Hunter, 61 for 899, 4 tutties. Fong, 60 for 713, 5 tutties. Swanson, 31 for 346, 3 tutties. Aikman, 15 for 337 tutties. Hearns, 34 for 230. Tyler, 4 for 13, 1 tutty. How about the defense here? 76 tackles for Luke. Easy with 75, 54 for Wagnover. Ryan, 53, 51 for Bragg. Tolbert, 43, 40 for Brooklyn. Cheek, tackles lost, 12 by Bynum. Candy with 7, 6 by Ryan. This guy with 4, along with Kasim. Luke with 3, along with Easy and Wagnover. And Isaiah Burden. 1 for Bragg. This Day, Jaden Williams. Sacks, 14.5 by Ryan. BJ with 10.5, 5.5 for Bynum. 3 by Easy. Williams with 2, 1 by Burnett and Chang. And a half sack for Tyson Bragg. Interceptions, Wagnover with 3, 2 for Bragg, 1 for Easy. And Day, obviously another disappointing year, but we got to put our chips all in the basket for year 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had Texas A&M Tulane national title, and it was just belt ass. Sorry, Tulane. Texas A&M on top 42-17. Malachi Durant committed. Tuffy Armstrong committed. Robert Prewitt commits. Garrison Talbot committed. Travis Anderson commits. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 50th best class. Obviously, we let the CPU do it if you can't pick it up in early. It's time to go all in here. Let's go win a natty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, auto recruiting on. Let's go win a natty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 6-2 here. We've had some pretty big wins over NC State. Our only losses are to the Georgian teams, and we beat LSU. We got some tough matchups at Louisville, at Florida State, Stanford, and at SMU. We're going to have to win all of them if we want to make the natty. And ladies and gentlemen, we get our rematch here against Georgia Tech in the ACC title. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won the ACC, and now we're on getting a bye. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking on the number 5 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers at the Capital One Orange Bowl. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Hard Rock in Miami Gardens. We are here, second playoff appearance in this video, and we are trying to win a natty. This is our final year. There's the chosen one coming out of the tunnel, leading the team, getting the boys hype. Nebraska's the 7th seed. We're the 2 seed in this playoff, but Nebraska's ranked 5th. They're the 7th seed in this playoff. They're going to be tough. They just beat Notre Dame. And yeah, it's do or die for your Cal Golden Bears. Let's go. Here we are, first and goal from the 6 Chosen hikes it to Hearns. He's going to run. He's going to get us to the 2. It's now 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Chosen going now to this guy. I can't pronounce his name. He doesn't get in. Here we go. Chosen under center. This time he hands it off to Hearns. He's in for the touchdown. 7-3 Cal. Let's go. We got a touchdown. I don't know who scored because I go too fast at the 17-3 Cal. Josiah Martin, 21-yard touchdown. 24-3. Brett Hearns with a 13-yard rush. 31-6 Cal. 44-yard rush for Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers with a 44-yard touchdown. This game's over. 38-9 the final, hopefully. And ladies and gentlemen, we come down to the Hard Rock and we take care of business. We take down Nebraska. We are going to be on to the semis for the first time in this video. The Chosen One leads the way, and we're taking home oranges. How sweet. And ladies and gentlemen, we got another Big Ten opponent here. We're going to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, and we're taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Glendale, Arizona. Not a far travel for your Cal Golden Bears. Ohio State, they had to travel across the country, so we got that advantage, but it doesn't matter here in College Football 25. Chosen getting the boys hyped. Ohio State, they beat Georgia and Alabama to get to us. We only had to beat Nebraska. It's going to be tough. Ohio State's good. They're always good, you know. They're a tough team, you know. We don't expect it to be easy in these 5 rebuilds. We always expect it to be tough. We got to fight our way through. If you believe, we can do it. Let's do it. We got the opening kickoff, and we scored 7-0 Cal. I don't know who scored. I don't know how we scored. 1st and goal from the 6, the Chosen One. Gonna hike it. Hearns. He's got a lane. Touchdown. Cal, it's 14. Zip. Tuffy Armstrong with a 43-yard touchdown. 24-3. Tuffy Armstrong with another 42-yard touchdown. 34-16 with 5:49 to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we take down the Ohio State. Ohio State made a late push. It's whatever. 37-30 the final. And ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the national championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an old Pac-12 matchup. USC Cal for the right to call themselves a national champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Arlington, Texas, at Jerry's World for the national title. Once this matchup was confirmed, USC fans, Cal fans, they were going at it. And I heard rumors that USC students somehow got into my coach's office. They destroyed the thing. They found out where I live. They TP'd the thing. I went and told the team was angry. They were pissed, and now they're ready to go to war. They are ready to beat the piss out of USC and call themselves national champions. Here we go. Year 5, make or break, win or go home. 2nd and goal from the 2. We're down 14 here. Chosen going to flip the play. We're going to hike it. 84 going to go in motion. Here we go. Armstrong, no blocking, but we somehow find the end zone. Touchdown, Cal. Cuts the lead in half. 14 inches at our own 11. We are going to go for it. I'm a madman. Here we go. Hearns, he's got the first down with ease. We're going to continue this drive. 3rd and 13. Here we go. Play clock. 1 and out. Chosen. Is that a false? I swear to... Oh, my God. He false started. All right. It's now 3rd and 18. Here we go. Chosen. He's got him. He's got him. He's got him. Rogers. Touchdown. Cal. We tie the game up at 14 here in the 3rd. Let's go. Well, USC's back up 14. Here we go. We're going to try to fight back. There we go. We got him. Swanson. No huddle. We got to go huddle. We got to go tempo. We've thrown 2 picks. That's kind of why we're losing 28-14. If we could somehow come back, this would be a miracle. Here we go. Chosen. He's got him again. No way. He's got Tuffy Armstrong. That's a touchdown. 28-21 defense. Can you get us a stop? All right, Luke. Good job. That's a pick. Offense, we need a score. We are coming in. We're going to chew this clock. Make sure we get a touchdown and score with hardly any time. And we're going for 2. Hearns, he's going to run. That's fine. We're going to let the clock clue. All right, USC will have at least 3 timeouts in under 40 seconds. Here we go. We're going to hike it in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hearns, he's got a lane. He's got a touchdown. We will go for 2. You play to win the game. Here we go. 2-pointer. Tuffy Armstrong, he's got it. We got the 2-point. Tuffy Armstrong, I love ya. 3rd and 12. 13 seconds to go. Defense, just don't do stupid things. They're going to go with the check down option. That's going to be a good idea. 4th and inches. They better call. What do they do? They better call timeout. Prevent in the 4th quarter, and we somehow storm back to win, hopefully win 29-28. Here we go. Prevent defense. They're going to, oh yeah, pick that, Marino. He's going to rouse it. Suck on that, USC. You want to toilet paper my house? Suck on that. Told you, our team was pissed when they heard the news. When they came in and trashed my offensive TP'd my house, my wife was filming, bro. Anyway, you guys know I'm making that up. Anyway, Cal, we did it. We have won them a national championship. The chosen one at quarterback leads this team. We win 35-28. Realistically, whatever, 29-28. But we did it. Cal, our national champs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We've won the national championship with Cal, man. This was a lot of fun. The chosen one at quarterback. We got a lot of great recruits to come to our school, and they performed great. Armstrong, I think he was he a 3-strong or 3-star commit? I don't remember. I thought he was a 3-star, but I think he might have been a 4-star. I don't think he was. Maybe he was a 5. I don't know. Chosen was obviously a 5-star. We got some good defensive players. The defense rised up when it needed. Offense, they were slow, but they picked it up in the end. We were down 14 twice in that game. We fought back and we won that game. Because that is the heart and soul of Cal. Because we fight back. When we're down, we fight back. That's the spirit at Cal. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed, hit like, hit subscribe. And guys, so subscribe, guys, motivate me to keep doing this. If you have enjoyed, also leave a comment. If you leave a comment, it helps the YouTube algorithm. And I hope you all have a great day or have a great night whenever you're watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.